Okay, so I wanted to share with you some organizational things that we're doing in my boys' room to try to get rid of some of the clutter, and I'll show you some of the bins on what we got. So we have matching twin beds for a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old, and then each kid gets a drawer. The top drawer is for the 8-year-old, so these are just some of his little things that he can grab, and the bottom one is for the little guy. And then under here this is my son's bin of all of his things that he's kind of obsessed with at the time. And so that is what is in there. And then under here is just a little smaller bin for just his Five Nights at Freddy's books. He likes to read those quite a bit. This bin is more for just like magazines and things, so that goes under there. And then for the youngest, these are where his little stuffed animals are. We have these little Melissa and Doug sets for his cars and trucks. His little bin has Transformers. And then over here, they each have a stool with their name on it, a puzzle stool. They each have one of these bins at the foot of their bed. This is the youngest, and this is all of his big trucks. Over here, this is the 8-year-old. He has stuffed animals and his plushies, and then his stool. And then over here, we have just a hook from Five and Below, and this is just some of their capes and things, so if they just kind of want to play. And then over here is just some of their hats. Right now we're still working on this section. I'm going to put spice rack type things on the wall for books, but right now it's holding their Power Rangers. This is the youngest. These are his drawers. And then we have this TV, and we have it on one of the turning mounts, so that way they can each kind of watch it as they need. We took off the doors because that was causing a lot of chaos, and just put some really thick, nice, big curtains. So right now up here looks kind of chaotic. That's what's going to actually come down. This was storage for all of the baby stuff. So that's all coming out. I have 4 of these taller bins, and there's other hats, like play hats up there, and then like bags. And then over here we have hanging shoe rack for both of the shoes. The oldest is on top, the youngest is on bottom. This was supposed to be where my son would get his clothes every day, but I've been putting it out by the basket because he does better with having everything right there. So this is just kind of a hodgepodge of some of their stuff. And then this is my oldest son. His dresser is in here because we moved him upstairs, so all of our furniture for him was white. So we're still kind of phasing that stuff out. So for now it's in here. And then just me stuff for the oldest and then the youngest. So yeah, that's our boys organization, and hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Hi guys, so I just wanted to continue on with my video on some organizing and trying to get into minimizing the things that we have at the house. But for right now, right out here is just a little bookshelf that I have, and let me see if I can point it down for you. Okay, so I just put this little rug under here so that when they do Legos and stuff, it stays right there. Up here, I just have some diapers and wipes. Hopefully soon we'll have our last one potty trained, so that'll go for toys, probably books actually, but so that'll go up there. And then I have a hand sanitizer, and then I also have my diffuser. This is right as you come up my steps. This is the only thing. Okay. This is the only wall that separates everything in my house. So this is right as you come up. And as you can see, it's perfect for him. He can get to everything that he wants. This bin is just some painting organizing stuff. Hey, listen, look at mommy. Okay, but I need you to clean Power Rangers first, okay? Okay, go clean the Power Rangers. And then I got 3 of these little jars. They were 3 for $1 at the Dollar Tree or Dollar Spot at Target. So these are magnetic letters and numbers. These are numbers, these are letters that go, and I'll show you in a second, but that go to this board over here that's on his little table. And then in this bin, it's just some cards and stuff. This is like one of those put together tracks. And then he has this little stem kit that he got for his birthday, or no, for Christmas. And he can put the pieces together and turn it into different things. So that is in there for the youngest one. This is a math game I picked up at Aldi, and it's called Mathematics Lab. It kind of shoots out problems, and then you have to find the answer and put them in these little mats. And so this is for my 8-year-old son. And then we have Legos, so that's for both of the boys. And again, that's kind of why I have the rug here, that way you can keep it all together. And then also in here is the littlest one's Play-Doh stuff. We have to clean up our Power Rangers first, okay? So that's how I have that set up. And then I will show you over here. And then I also have one more area of organization that I want to share with you. So I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so this is my other section. This is going into my hallway from my main section. And this is really more for my 8-year-old son. He is autistic and he has some problems getting things done in the morning. So we have, well, I had it all up here. My youngest was building a robot. But this is all of his responsibilities. I got this at Target JCPenney's, sorry. Got this at JCPenney's for $23, and it is a Melissa and Doug. So it's dry erase and magnetic. So down here is more my board where I can put them back. But it has all of his chores, and then we're trying to do verbal praises and not rewards so much. So it has little things that I can pop up to reward him, you know, that he did his chore. And I have kids running, sorry. And then over here, we're trying to kind of give him an incentive. He really likes like mom and Gabe dates, as we call them. And so he's been really struggling in school and stuff. So we have a morning tag and then a school tag that we're going to keep track of. Unfortunately, this week we only had one good day at work or school, and we didn't have any good mornings. So we don't get a mommy Gabe date this week, but we'll try again for next week. It's all a learning curve. I'm learning with the autism, but so, and then this is what would be considered, this would be what you would consider your morning basket for homeschool, but I am doing a morning basket because when he has earned his time after doing his chores, this is the only place that I'm allowing him to get things to like play with, because otherwise he would get stuff out. We'd never get out the door. So it has fun activities like it's like a smaller Legos with cards, and then it has a little stuffed animal that goes to one of his books. He has comic books in here, things to teach him to do, stuff for his brain, and then we have like a prayer book, some coding books. So this is just, you know, a little hodgepodge of things that are still fun, but are more directed, guided, I guess you would say, to get us out the door. So we're going to kind of change that up as the seasons and days go, and just kind of pick and choose what he's really liking out of it, or if he's really wanting to do something else, we might switch that in if he starts having some good days. So we're still working on that. But so this is kind of our little morning section because their room is right down there. So he's supposed to come right here when he gets woke up, and he's supposed to go do all of his set things on his own. And then I would put a reward sticker there. So that's what I have. And again, that's a Melissa and Doug for $23 at JCPenney. It's pretty nice. And then I will show you here in a minute my little other section on the other side of that wall of just kind of where my kids eat, or my boys eat. A lot of the time, it's usually for my youngest. But and then he does a lot of his activities there, like his Play-Doh, and we do different games and stuff there. So that just gives us a chance. And then he's in my kitchen. So I'll show you in a minute. Thanks. All right, and this is our other section. You can see it. Okay, so this is in my kitchen and right next to my living room. This is the little bookshelf thing that we talked about earlier. So up there is my board that I put my menu on so that the kids, I'll show you that, so the kids can see what we're having without asking me a million times. And then this is a little table, as you can see, they just ate. And so I have like just a little art bin. I got this from the Dollar Tree. And then he was painting yesterday, so that's all in here. And then over here, I gotta reorganize it again. But these are more just like his coloring books and things that he can just easily grab and color without me having to like get out buckets of art crafts. And then this is a board that I believe I got at Target. So it's dry erase on this side and then chalkboard on that side. And that's what I was talking about earlier in the video with the little magnetic letters for the board. So that's what was over there. So this is our little section, and it kind of opens up into everything, so I can be cooking, I can be cleaning or doing things out here, and he's occupied. So just again, trying to show you some ways that are helping with us to kind of minimize all of our stuff everywhere, and they kind of have a little section that they can do things on their own without me always having to get stuff out or sit with them and tell them what they need to be doing. So this is the art section, eating table for the kitchen. So hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any tips or anything that's working for you guys, I would love to hear it. But hope you guys have a great weekend.